press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome to the class. In the last session we were talking about JEE mains level questions from the concept geometric progression, right? I think we have solved 15 questions in the last session, right? Today let's continue the same from 16th question onwards. Okay, so 15th question is like this. 16th one is like this. The second, third and the sixth terms of an AP are consecutive elements of a GP, full stop. Then the common ratio of the GP is, yes students, the question is second, third and sixth terms of an AP. Let the given terms, I mean the second, third and sixth terms of an AP are given. Second terms I am going to take it as A plus D, where A is the first term, D is the common difference. And third term I am going to take it as A plus 2D. And fifth one, right, I am sorry, sixth terms I am going to take it as A plus 5D. Okay, these are the terms of an AP, right, and they have given these terms are the consecutive elements of a GP, right, hope you got it. So these three terms, let me take this one as T1, this is T2 and this is T3. Now T1, T2, T3 are in GP. Okay, so for that what should be the common ratio? That's a question. I am going to give an option. Hope you got the question. So these three terms of an AP, you mean second, third and sixth terms of an AP, are the consecutive terms of consecutive elements of a GP. In the sense, let me take T1, T2, T3 as T1, T2, T3 are the elements of GP. I mean these are the elements of GP, A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 5D. Then what is the common ratio among the given options? Since they are in GP now, okay, so I can write, so we know that when three numbers are in GP, I mean when three numbers A, G, B are in GP, then we have the relation that G square is equal to A into B, right? Now here from these three terms, anyway these are in GP, so I can write this square, I mean A plus 2D whole square is equal to, I mean G square is equal to A into B. So A plus D into A plus 5D. Okay, so by using the given data. So now let me solve this. Let me simplify this. A square, you mean it is of the form A plus B whole square, A square plus 4D square plus 4AD, you mean A square plus B square plus 2AB, and let me multiply this A into A square, so 5AD, so this is AD plus 5D square. Okay, so now A square get cancelled. Now 4D square minus 5D square, you get minus D square, and here we have 6AD, you mean 5AD plus AD, 6AD and I mean 4AD minus 6AD, you get minus 2AD is equal to 0. Okay, or by multiplying on minus 1 on both sides, we get D square plus 2AD is equal to 0, or this can be written as I am going to take D outside, so D plus 2A is equal to 0. So here D cannot be 0. When D is 0, so you don't get here you don't get the elements. So I'm going to take D cannot be 0 here, common difference cannot be 0, and I'm going to take D plus 2A is equal to 0. So this gives D is equal to minus 2A. Now let me substitute these in the given terms. That's what A plus D. The first term is given by what? A plus D. D is what? Minus 2A. So A minus 2A. And the second one is A plus 2D. So A plus 2 into D. D is minus 2A. And the third term is A plus 5D. So A plus 5 into minus 2A. Okay. So you get what? Minus A. Here A minus 4A, you get minus 3A. And here A minus 10A, you get minus 9A. Right. So now the common ratio is given by what? The ratio of a term and its preceding term. You mean minus 3A by minus A or minus 9A by minus A gives the common ratio. So you mean T2 by T1 is what? Minus 3A by minus 8 gives 3. So 3 is the common ratio for this condition. Hope you got it, students. So the question is like this: second, third, and sixth terms of an AP are the consecutive terms of a GP. You mean the successive terms of a GP. I am going to take T1, T2, T3 as the as terms of a GP. Then this happens when these three are in GP. Then I can take G square is equal to A into B. So in the same way, so this square is equal to this into this. You mean A plus 2D whole square is equal to product of these two. So on simplifying, I got D is equal to minus 2A. D cannot be 0. Okay. So by using this, I have got the elements in terms of A. So this is what your common ratio. Okay. So option 3 is the correct one. Yes, so let us move on to the question number 17. The fourth element of a GP is 8. Full stop. The product of the first 7 elements is, yes, the fourth element is given. Yes, the fourth element of a GP, I can take it as AR cube, right? That is what? 8. This is what? T4, where A is the first term, R is the common ratio. So fourth element or fourth term of a GP is given, that is what 8. Then what is the product of first 7 elements of the given GP? So let me write the product of first 7 elements. I mean first 7 elements are given by what? First term as A, second is AR square, third term, AR cube, fourth, AR power of 4, AR power of 5, AR power of 6. Okay, here we have product of first 7 terms of a GP. Right. So now, so required product, this is what our required product. Then this can be written as A is multiplied 7 times, therefore A power of 7 into, so R into R square, that is what, R power of 3 into R cube, R power of 6, R power of 10, R power of 15, R power of 21. A simple one, the given data is what? AR cube. So let me write this one as A into R cube whole power of 7. A simple one. So AR cube whole power of 7 gives what? A power of 7 into R power of 21, because A power of 7 into R power of 3 7 is 21. So what is actually R power of AR cube? Or AR cube we have, that is 8. So 8 power of 7 is your required answer. So 8 power of 7 is the product of first 7 terms of a given GP, that is what option second. Now let us move on to the question number 18. The question number 18th is like this. The first term of a GP is 3 and sixth element is 3 by 32. Then if P is the product of first 6 elements or product of 6 elements, then what is P square? A simple one. Here the question is what? The first term of a GP is given. Let me take that one as A. First term of GP is 3 given. And one more thing we have, that is sixth element, you mean T6 or AR power of 5 is equal to 3 by 32, right? So 3 by 32, then P is what? Product of first 6 elements. Then what about P square? Okay, product of first 6 elements, right? So P is given by, we have P is equal to A into AR into AR square into AR cube, AR power 4, AR power 5. This is what a P. Okay. So then what is P square? So you look at the options. So we have options all in terms of 3 by 16 or 32 by, I mean in terms of some numbers, right? Whole power of 6. Whole power of 6, right? So by using these two conditions, let me find A and R. So A is given, right? 3. What is R then? Here AR power of 5 is 3 by 32, even sixth element is given. So A is what? 3. So 3 into R power of 5 is equal to 3 by 32. So 3 get cancelled. Then R power of 5 is equal to, so 1 by 32 is nothing but what? 1 by 2 whole power of 5. Because 2 power of 5 is 32. So then this gives what? R is equal to 1 by 2. So our common ratio is 1 by 2. Okay. So now let me substitute the value of A, that is 3, and R is 1 by 2. So your P becomes what? P is equal to A is what? 3 into, or before writing this, A is multiplied 6 times, I can write A power of 6 into R is multiplied. So here R into R square, R cube, R power of 6, R power of 10, R power of 15, R power of 15. This is equal to what? So A power of 6, that is what? 3 power of 6 into R power of 15. So R power of 15, you mean R is what? Actually 1 by 2. So then R power of 15 is what? 1 by 2 whole power of 15, or I can write 2 power of 15. Just simplify, look at the options we have, 3 by 16, like that. Okay. This is what P actually. Now what is P square then? P square is equal to what? 3 by 6 by 2 power of 15 whole square. This is what our answer, P square. But in the option we have right 3 by 16 whole power of 6 we have, right. So let me convert that this into whole power of 6. So here I can write this one as 3 square divided by, or I can write this one as 3 square whole square, or okay, 3 square whole power of 6. I can write this numerator, I can write like this, because 2 6 and 2 6 to the both are same. And here I am going to write 2 power of 6. Here 30 we have, no, 15 to the 30. So I can write 2 power of 5 whole power of 6, because in the options we have power 6 in all the 4 options. So I just rearrange this as a 3 square whole power of 6 to 2 power of 5 whole power of 6. So 3 square is what? 9, and 2 power of 5, that's what? 32. So 32 whole power of, you mean 9 by 32 whole power of 6 is the required answer. That is option 4th is the correct one. 9 by 32 whole power of 6. 4th question is the correct one. Okay, let's move on to the question number 19th. Consider an infinite geometric series with the first term A and common ratio is R. If its sum is 4 and the second term is 3 by 4, then what is A and R among the given options? Okay, so the question is, we have a geometric series, infinite geometric series. First term is A and common ratio is R. And sum of infinite terms of a GP is given, that is what? 4, mean S infinity. That is what? A by 1 minus R, this is given 4. Students, I think this is a question repeated. I think the 8th one is same as this. Okay, you can right, you can refer that. 8th one is same as, it's a repeated question. Look at you can get this in the last session, right? Right, same question. So you get options 4, you mean A is 3, R is 1 by 4. Okay, the same question repeated. Okay, so now let's move to the 20th question. 20th question is like this: fifth term of a GP is given 2, and the product of its first 9 terms. Okay, product of first 9 terms we have to find. Fifth term of a GP. So let me take A as the first term and R is the common ratio. Then your fifth term becomes what? A power of 4. A power of 4 is 2. That's what your fifth term. Okay. Then what is the product of first 9 terms of the given series? You mean the required product is what? Product of first 9 terms. You mean A into AR into AR square into AR cube 4, 5, power of 6, power of 7, so power of 8. This gives what? Your product of first 9 terms of given series. It's very simple, students. Here we have a data, fifth term. Let me substitute that in the given product. That's it. It will give the answer. So here what? A is multiplied 9 times. So you get a power of 9 into r into r square, r power of 6, r power of 10, r power of 15, r power of 21, 28 and 36. So r power of 36. Here we have a r power of 4, no? So I can write this as a into r power of 4, 8, let me write. So a power of 8 into r power of 32. So a into r power of 4. Hope you got it, students. A power of 8 into a power of 9 you get. And r power of 4 into 8, 4 8 is 32 into r power of 4, you mean 36 you get. So what is a r power of 4? We have 2, right? So you mean 2 power of 8, a r power of 4 is 2 into 2. So total you get 2 power of 9, that is what? 504. So 2 is multiplied 9 times. So you get the answer 512. That is option 2 is the correct one. Yes, let us move on to question number 21st. How many terms of the series 1 plus 3 plus 9 and so on sum to 364? You mean we have a sum of some number of terms in the given series. Of course, the given series is GP because you can observe the common ratio. Common ratio is 3 and first term is 1. So here we have some sum. Sum of some number of terms of the given series. Then sum is 364 for how many number of terms in the given series? That's a question. So let me take the n be the number of terms. Okay. So here we have a is 1, r is 3, right? Okay. Let n be the number of terms. Gives sum 364. Sum is given. Sum is given. That is what 364. Okay. So let us use the formula that sum of n terms of GP, that's what S is equal to A into, so R is greater than 1, so R power of n minus 1 divided by R minus 1. So A is 1, R is 3, so 3 power of n minus 1 by 3 minus 1, that is what 2, and sum is given 364. Okay, so this gives your n, and let me multiply these two. So we get 8, 728 equal to 3 power of n minus 1, or this gives 3 power of n, let me take minus 1 to left side, you get that 728 plus 1, 729. So 729 is same as 3 power of 6. You mean when you multiply 3 6 times itself, you get 729. So this gives n is equal to 6. You mean the sum of first 6 terms of the given series gives 364. Okay, so your option is second, that is what 6. Okay, question number 22 is like this. The sum of a geometric progression with common ratio 3 is 364 and the last term is 243, then the number of terms is equal to what? Yes, here it is same, it is somewhat different. Common ratio they have been given 3 and sum of some number of terms is given, that is what 364. Last term in the given series is 243, then what is the number of terms? Let us take n be the number of terms. Okay. So now let me take the last term as L. I mean nth term, I can take it as a into r power of n minus 1. This is what 243, this is what given. And one more thing we have, ratio is given 3 and sum is given 364. Sum is 364 for how many number of terms? That's a question. And the hint is what? Last time is given AR. I'm going to take this one as AR power A into R power of n minus 1 in nth term. So here we have R, right? Okay, let me write A into R means what? 3. So 3 power of n minus 1 is equal to 243. Or I can write this as A into 3 power of n by 3 is equal to 243. Or A into 3 power of n is 243. So that's what 729. Okay. So A into 3 power of n gives the value 729. So this will be used to find the n. Okay, now we have Sn, right? So Sn, sum of number of terms. I mean, yes, sum of terms of a geometric series is equal to 364. That is what A into R power of n minus 1, R minus 1. Anyway, we have R. This gives A into, let me multiply this, A into R power of n minus A divided by R minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, so 2. This is equal to what? Sum is 364. Okay. So now this gives AR power of n, we have the value 729. Let me substitute this. 729 minus A equal to 2 into this. You get what? 8, 728. So you get what? A is equal to 1, right? So A is equal to 729 minus 728. You get A is equal to 1. So what is actually we have to find? Number of terms, right? So number of terms we have to find. For that, let me substitute this A and R value in this. You get the value. You mean number of terms, right? So here we have A into R power of n minus 1 is equal to 243. A is 1 into R is what? R is 3. So 3 power of n minus 1 is equal to 243. So actually 243 is what? 3 power of 5, I think, right? Right? I think, sorry, 2 power of yes, sir. Yes, 3 power of 5. So 3 power of n minus 1 is equal to 3 power of 5. So this gives n minus 1 is equal to 5. This gives n is equal to 6. Right? So number of terms gives sum as 364 is equal to 6. I mean, the first 6 terms of the given series, where the last term is 243, gives the sum 364. I mean, number of terms is equal to 6. So option first is the correct one. Okay, let us move on to the question number 23. The number of the number which should be added to the number 2, 14, 62, so that the resulting numbers may be GP. I mean to say, here we have 3 numbers 2, 14, 62. 2, 14, 62. So we have options like this 1, 2 and yes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the options, right? So what must be added to these 3 numbers such that these 3 form a GP? You mean right? To get GP series or GP sequence, what should be added among the 4 options? Let me verify that. No need to no need to solve. Just let me verify. Let us take the first option 1. When you add 1 to all these numbers, what happens? 2 plus 1 gives 3. 14 plus 1 gives 15. 62 plus 1 gives 63. Let us check whether this is GP or not. That's it. So of course 15 by 3 mean T2 by T1. T2 by T1 gives what? 15 by 3, that's what 5, right? But T3 by T2 doesn't give 5 because 63 by 15 doesn't give 5. So this is not a GP. I mean first option is wrong. Let me add second option to these elements. So what do you get? So what is second option actually? Second option is 2. Let me add 2 to this number. You get what? 2 plus 2 you get 4. 2 plus 14, 16. 2 plus 62, so 64, right? Let me check whether they are in GP or not. So T2 by T1, you mean 16 by 4, and T3 by T2, you mean 64 by 16. Of course, they give the same thing, that's what 4. Common ratio is 4. You mean I can say these are in GP. You mean you must add 2 for the given numbers to get a geometric progression. That's it. So option second is the correct one. Okay, question number 24th. If A, B and C are in GP, then what is true among the 4 options? So let us check the first one. When ABC are in GP, then I can write when ABC are in GP, I can write this as B square is equal to AC using the definition of geometric mean, right? Let me check the first option. Okay, so what should be the condition? I mean, you say, I mean, I can say, or we can say 3 numbers are in GP only when the square of the middle is equal to product of the first and the last one, right? Here also in the first option we have B square is equal to, sorry, A square, B square, C square and GP are in GP. So here we have the relation B square is equal to AC. Let me square on both sides. Squaring on both sides. What happens? B square whole square, you get, this is what AC whole square, you get B square whole square, and this is same as A square into C square. Now you can observe here, square of this, let me take B square is some element x, B square is x, so B square whole square becomes x square. This is y, this is z, so y z. So I can say x y z, or you can take this one as y. So B square as y, so B square whole square becomes y square, A square as x, C square as z. I can say when y square is equal to x z, I can say then x y z are in GP. Of course here B square, A square, C square, or A square, B square, C square are in GP, of course, because condition is satisfied from the definition of geometric mean. Square of the middle is equal to product of the first and last from this relation. So first option is the correct one. You mean A square, B square, C square are in GP. Okay, question number 25th. The sum of the first 2 terms of a GP. Sum of the first 2 terms of a GP is given 1, and every term of this series is twice of its previous term. Then first term will be what? Yes, a simple one. Let me take the elements of GP as A, AR, AR. We mean first element as A and R is the common ratio. So sum of first 2 terms is given. So I am going to take A plus AR, where A is the first term, second term is R. Sum of first 2 terms is given, that is what 1. Okay. And one more thing we have, every term of this series is twice of its previous term. I mean, See, if we have AR square and so on, if these are in GP, every term, for example, this is AR is the value of this is twice of the previous one. You mean T2 is twice of T1, T3 is twice of T2, T4 is twice of T3 and so on. This is the condition we have. So then now AR is twice of this. So from the given data, second term is double of first term, twice of A. So this gives value of R. You mean A get cancelled, you get R is equal to 2. Let me substitute this in this equation 1. Let me take this one as equation 1. You get A value. So A plus A into R, you mean 2A is equal to 1. So this gives 3A is equal to 1. So this gives A is equal to 1 by 3. So first term will be is equal to first term will be 1 by 3. That is what option second is the correct one. Right. So question number 26. Okay, till 25th we have seen questions related to geometric progression. I mean related to definition, terms, sum and infinite geometric series. Now here onwards let me discuss about GM and AM. I mean questions related to arithmetic mean and geometric mean and the relation between them. Yes, the 26th question is like this. The geometric mean of 7, 7 square, 7 cube and so on till 7 power of n. Students, in the last class I discussed about the geometric mean. So geometric mean of n geometric mean of n terms, you mean geometric mean of a1, a2, a3 and so on. An terms is given by what? Geometric mean is given by a1 into a2 into a3 and so on. An power of 1 by n. This gives what? Geometric mean of first n n terms of a geometric sequence, right? Here we have the terms of the geometric sequence as 7, 7 square, 7 cube and so on. 7 power of n mean we have n terms. So the required geometric mean, the definition, required geometric mean is 7 into 7 square into 7 cube into 7 power of n whole power of n. This gives the geometric mean of n terms, n given terms. Here we have base the same. I am going to add the powers 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on n whole power of 1 by n, right. Now this is equal to 7 power of, here we have a sum of first n natural numbers, right. So n into n plus 1 by 2 whole power of 1 by n. So this gives 7 power of n into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by n. N get cancelled. So you get answer 7 power of n plus 1 by 2. So 7 power of n plus 1 by 2 gives the geometric mean of n terms of the given series. So the value depends upon number of terms. So option first is the correct one. Okay, question number 27. The product of, yes, same as before, 32 into 32 power of 1 by 6 into 32 power of 1 by 36 up to infinite terms equal to what? Yes, we have 32 into 32 power of 1 by 6 into 32 power of 1 by 36 into, so infinite terms. Okay, Here we have 32 power of 1, right? I can write this as 32 power of 1 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 36. See, infinite terms. Yes, you can observe here. This is a geometric series with the common ratio 1 by 6 and the first term is 1 because 1 by 6 by 1 gives 1 by 6, 1 by 36 by 1 by 6 gives 1 by 6. Okay, so this is GP series. Then we know that we have the formula to find sum of infinite terms of GP. Therefore, A by A means 1, first term is 1, A by 1 minus R. So 1 minus R is 1 by 6. Common ratios are in this case, right? And this gives 32 power of. So here LCM is 6. So 6 minus 1 5. So this is what 6 by 5. 32 power of 6 by 5. 32 is same as 2 power of 5, right? So 2 power of 5 whole power of 6 by 5. This gives 2 power of 5 into 6 by 5. So you get 2 power of 6. That is what? 2 power of 6 is what? 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 32, 64. So you get 64. So 2 power of 6 is 64. You mean option third is the correct one. Option 3 is the correct option. Yes, same as before. I mean the same type of question we have seen now just before. The geometric mean of the numbers. Yes, geometric mean of the numbers is what? It is same as 26th one, I think, right? 7 into 7 square and so on. Here we have 3 into geometric mean is given by 3 into 3 square into 3 cube into, so 3 power of n whole power of n. This is what your geometric mean for n terms of a geometric sequence. Same as before, there is a 3 power of 1 plus 2 plus and so on n whole power of 1 by n. This gives 3 power of n into n plus 1 by 2 into 1 by n, right? So you get 3 power of n plus 1 by 2 is your required answer. That is option second. Yes, question number 29. Question number 29 is like this. The product of 2 power of 1 by 4 into 4 power of 1 by 16 into 8 power of 1 by 48 into 16 power of 1 by 28 up to infinite terms. So this is simple question because students, you observe the bases we have 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on, right? So I mean we can express those, I mean these 2, 4, 8, 16 in terms of 2 power of, I mean in terms of 2, I'm sorry, in terms of powers of 2, right? So then he will get some series of the power, then you can easily solve by using GP or AP. Now I can write the given product as 2 power of 1 by 4 into 4 power of, right, so 1 by 16 into 8 power of 1 by 48 and 16 power of 1 by 28. So into, I mean infinite terms. What is the product of this, right? I can write this as 2 power of 1 by 4 as it is. Here 2 square we have, right? 4 is nothing but 2 square. So 2 square, or I can write 2 square whole power of 1 by 4. Sorry, 1 by 16. This is what 2 cube, right? 2 cube power of 1 by 48. 2 power 4. 1 by 128. So infinite terms. Yes, I can rewrite this as 2 power of 1 by 4 into 2 power of 2 into 1 by 16, right? So 2 by 16, 2 power of 3 by 48 into 2 power of 4 by 128 to infinite terms. Now this is for 2 power of 1 by 4 plus, I can write this one as 1 by 8, right? Right? 2 ones are 8s are, and this can be written as 1 by 16, right? Plus 1 by 30, 32. So infinite terms. So now yes, of course this is GP, or I can rewrite this as, I'm going to take 1 by 4 outside. What do you get? 1 plus 1 by 2 plus, right? So 1 by 4 plus, okay, 1 by 8 and so on, infinite terms. Again, this is what GP with first term 1 and the common ratio 1 by 2. 1 by 2 by 1 by 2, so 1 by 4 by 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So we have 2 power of 1 by 4 into, right? So a by, because sum of infinite terms of GP is 1 by a by, I mean 1 by 1 minus r. This gives 2 power of 1 by 4 into, so 2 minus 1, there is 1 by 2, so you get 2, right? So 1 by 1 by 2, you get 2. So 1s are 2s are, you get 2 power of 1 by 2 or root 2. Okay. So option first is the correct one. 2 power 1 by 2 is the required product of the given terms. Okay. Question number 30. Okay, this is also a simple one. The value of 2 power of 1 by 4, 2 power of 1 by 4 into 4 power of 1 by 8 into 8 power of 1 by 16 and so on, I mean infinite number of terms. So what is the sum for infinite number of terms of this series? Right, 2 power of 1 by 4 into 4 power of 1 by 8 into 8 power of 1 by 6, 1 by 16 till infinite terms. Students, here we have a result. We will discuss later, I mean in the future classes, that 1 minus x whole power of minus 2. We have the result, a special series. 1 minus x whole power of minus 2 is given by 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube and so on. Okay, this is the result we have. 1 plus 2x plus 3x square plus 4x cube and so on. Okay, so let me use that concept to solve this. Here I am going to write this as 2 power of 1 by 4 into 2 square power of 1 by 8 into 2 cube whole power of 1 by 16 and so on, infinite terms. Here we have 2 power of 1 by 4 plus 2 by 8, right? 2 by 8. Here we have 3 by 16. So we have infinite terms. Okay. So here same as before, I am going to take 1 by 4 outside. So here 1, because we have in the relation that first one is 1. 2 into x. So 2 into 1 by 2. Because this is what 1 by 4 you get. 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. So 1 plus 2x, right? 1 by 4, no? One plus 2x. By 4 plus 2 by 8. Yes, if I take 1 by 4 outside, what do you get actually here? If you take 1 by 4, this is same as actually 1 by 4, no? So this is also same as 1 by 4. You mean 1s are 4s are. So I can write this one as 2 by 2. Here we have 1, so 2 by 2. So here we have 3 by 16 and 1 by 4 taken outside. So 3 by 4 I am going to write. Okay. So 1 by 4 into 3 by 4 you get 3 by 16 and so on. This is to get the sequence, that what we have infinite terms. Now this is equal to 2 power of 1 by 4 into 1 plus 2 by 2 I am going to write as 2 into 1 by 2, and this is 3 into 1 by 2 whole square, same as that. So 3x square. I mean, what is x here actually? 1 by 2 is the x, right? So and so on. Infinite terms. So using that relation, I can write this as 2 power of 1 by 4 into, so here 1 minus x. So 1 minus x is 1 by 2 whole power of minus 2. Okay, using that relation. So this gives 2 power of 1 by 4 into, so 1 minus 1 by 2, that's about 1 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 whole power of minus 2, or this is what, 1 by 2 power of 1 by 4 into 1 by 1 by 2 whole square. Okay, when you take this to denominator, it becomes plus 2, right? This is same as 1 by 4 divided by 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 get cancelled, you get 2 power of 1, that is what 2 is the required answer. So the product of the given what terms is equal to 2, that is what option 2. Okay. So question number 31st, a simple one. The minimum value of 4 power of x plus 4 power of 1 minus x for all x real number. Students, we have the relation between arithmetic mean and geometric mean, right? So we know that arithmetic mean of two numbers is always greater than or equal to geometric mean of the same numbers, right? This is what we have discussed in the last class. For any two numbers, I mean, from this we have for any two numbers a and b, a plus b by 2, even arithmetic mean of these two is always greater than or equal to geometric mean of the same numbers, right? Where a and b are whatever, any two given numbers or any two numbers, or I can write this as a plus b is always greater than or equal to 2 times of root ab. This is the relation we have for any two numbers. Now we have here the numbers as 4 power of x. Let me take 4 power of x as a and 4 power of 1 minus x as b. Okay, so for these two numbers, a plus b is always greater than or equal to 2 times of root of a into b. Let me replace a and b by these two numbers. Let me take this one as a. So from the relation a and arithmetic mean and geometric mean, a is what, 4 power of x plus b is what, 4 power of 1 minus x is always greater than or equal to double of their geometric mean. Mean 4 power of x into 4 power of 1 minus x, or I can rewrite this as greater than or equal to, this is equal to 4 power of x into, this can be written as 4 by 4 power of x, right? Because 4 into 4 power of minus x, this is same as 4 into 4 power of minus x. So 4 power of minus x taken to denominator, it becomes 4 power of plus x. Get cancelled. So what is remained? Root 4 is remained. Root 4 is 2. So 4 power of x plus 4 power of 1 minus x is greater than or equal to 2 into root 4 is 2. So 2 2s are 4. You mean the value of these two, sum of these two is always greater than or equal to 4 in the sense the minimum value of sum of these two is 4. That's it. So what is the question actually? Question is what? The minimum value of sum of these two. Of course, that is what? 4, option 2. Right. So question number 32. AM and GM of two numbers are in the ratio 3:2. Then the ratio of the numbers is, yes, here we have two numbers. Let me take A and B. The ratio of their AM, arithmetic mean, and the geometric mean is given. That's what 3:2. Then what? The numbers are in the ratio. What? Let me take. Let A and B be the numbers. Given that what? Arithmetic mean, the ratio of arithmetic mean and geometric mean are in the ratio. You mean arithmetic mean and geometric mean of these two are in the ratio 3:2. Or I can write A plus B by 2 divided by root AB is equal to 3 by 2. Or I can write this as A plus B, so is equal to 3 by 2. When this happens, the numbers are in the ratio what among the given options? The numbers are in what ratio among the given options? That's the question. Okay, here to get cancelled, A plus B by root AB or root A into root B. Root AB can be written as root A into root B, that is equal to 3. Let me divide A by root A into root B, B by root A into root B. So what is A by root A actually? A by root A is root A, no? Right? So A by root A, because A is 1, power of A is 1, A power of 1 by A power of 1 by 2. Gives what? A power of 1 by 2. So A by root A gives root A by B, you mean root A by B, plus B by these two. See here, A by these two. A by these two gives this, because A by root A is root A divided by root B. B by these two. So B by this gives root B into root divided by root A. Hope you got it, students. Okay. Or I can write this as root A by B plus root B by A is equal to 3. So to solve this, we need what actually? The value of A by B. Okay, A by B are in the ratio, are in what ratio? That's what we have to find. So here what I am going to take, let root of A by B is equal to some t. And hence A by B must be what? Positive, because we have taken within the root, no? So it must be positive. A by B should be positive now. Okay, now let me take this. If root A by B gives t, then what is root B by A gives? 1 by root of A by B, no? Right? Root B by A is same as 1 by root of A by B. Hope you got it, students. So therefore you get 1 by t is equal to 3. When root A by B is equal to t, you mean root A by root B is equal to t, then 1 by t gives 1 by root A by root B, you get root B by root A. So 1 by t. Okay, now let me solve this. You get what? LCM is t. So t square plus 1 is equal to 3t, right? Or t square minus 3t plus 1 is equal to 0. Anyway, you have quadratic equation. So t is equal to minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac, right, by 2a gives what? 3 plus or minus root 5 by 2. So here we have two values, right? 3 plus or minus so 3 plus or minus root 5, no? Yes, this is what? A t, you mean root of a by b. So let me square on both sides. What happens? A by b is equal to. So what happens? This is what? A plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, whatever. What is a plus b whole square? A square plus b square. B square root 5 whole square is 5. So plus 2ab. Plus 2ab is what? Plus 6 root 5, plus or minus 6 root 5 by 2. Plus 2ab or minus 2ab. So since a plus b is greater than 0, so you must take the positive value, right? Yes, you get what here? 14 plus or minus root 5 by 2. So you divide by 2, you get what? 7 plus or minus 3 root 5. This is what a by b. So here 7 plus 3 root 5 and 7 minus 3 root 5, we have two values, but 7 minus 3 root 5 is a negative value. You don't take, because a by b should be positive, because we have taken it in the root. So a by b then, a by b is equal to 7 plus 3 root 5 by 1. You mean a and b, the numbers are in the ratio 7 plus 3 root 5 is to 1. Is to 2, right? 7 plus 2a. Okay, so here I have squared, no? So when you square this, you get here 4. Okay, because whole square you get, no? So this is what a plus b or a minus b of whole square. Even by 2 square, 2 square is 4. You get 2, right? This is yes. Yes, 7 plus 3 root 5 by 2, you mean option second is the correct one. Okay students, this is about part 16th of geometric progression. In the next session, I am going to discuss some more questions related to this. Okay, thank you.